Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us this beautiful Sunday evening, August 25th.
Yeah, ask us anything. We are Mike and Jen, and Jen, where's our live audience?
We got Bo.
Yeah, we got Bo back here. Bo, can you clap and stuff?
We
miss our live audience. We've been doing live stuff from our tour of the Canadian Maritimes, and we had all these people out in front of us that were cheering and giving us good wishes, and now it's just us. And about just before we went on the air, Bo chased up 2 sandhill cranes, and those cranes were not happy about that.
If they ever turn on Bo, he's in trouble.
They're huge, those things.
Big guys.
Yeah, they are huge. And but anyway, Bo felt very smug about that.
Yeah, he chases them away.
Great to see everybody. We are at our home in Southwest Michigan. There is our Montana fifth wheel, which we just took on pretty much a 5,000-mile round trip.
Woo.
And I gotta say, knock on wood, nothing broke. Nothing broke. A couple of minor operator error things, but nothing broke. The thing handled great. Everything was awesome. We practiced by and large. Of course, on the Canadian Maritimes, the longest drive was 300 miles. Coming home, we kept it. One day we did 500 because we just didn't want to spend another day on the road. But most of the other time, we kept well within or close to our 330 rule.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we're feeling a little better because of it, right?
Right.
Okay. What did you tell me today? We've been home 3 days. And what did you say?
I said, I'm ready to go again.
I just turned off the refrigerator in there. And now you're ready to go.
I just finished the laundry.
Yeah.
So we've got clean sheets in there, clean towels.
You did the laundry in there. But we did the laundry every day, or not every day, but almost every day in there. And it was great with our new washer dryer. That was an awesome thing, wasn't it?
Oh, it was. It's an expensive luxury, but it was really nice.
Okay. Listen, there's lots of you checking in, and we didn't see anybody last week because we were traveling and I weren't sure what kind of a hookup we'd have and what time we get in. So we are back doing this here now. And we want to remind you all, by the way, our YouTube channel is just youtube.com/RV lifestyle. And if you have not yet subscribed to that, could we ask that you do so?
How about if we beg?
Okay, you beg. They like you better.
Please,
maybe Bo will home.
Please.
Yeah, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click the bell icon. There it is right there. We would love to see a jump in the subscribers on that. And it helps us get our videos shown by more people. And we're really excited about all the stuff we've been putting out on YouTube. And if you haven't seen, we have a whole playlist of our Maritimes videos. They're out there. You can check those, can get some popcorn and binge watch them. And you'll see why we love the Maritimes so much.
I think you really need to see the Maritime videos, because if you haven't been there, you really need to go there. You need to put it on your bucket list. In fact, my only regret about the Maritimes is that we didn't stay longer.
Yep. Thanks to Fantasy RV Tours for putting it all together for our followers. And we just had a terrific time. We'll be talking to them this week as we all consider if we do another one of those tours, where it would be. And we'll let you know as soon as we know. All right, let's look and see what we got for questions from everybody. A bunch of you on there. We'll go through them pretty front. Peter Kehoe, who was with his wife, Despina Reyes. Hi, Peter.
What campground in the Maritimes did Bo like best? Well, that is easy. I think he liked St. Andrews.
St. Andrews by the sea.
Because he got to go down on the water's edge when the tide was out, and he got to run around and stretch his legs.
When the tide went out, it was a quarter mile out at least. And there was just nobody there, so I could take him off his leash, and he just ran, and he jumped in tidal pools, and used the kelp beds that had kind of come up as a little diving board trampoline, and just ran around. And no, he didn't damage any sea life or anything.
I was thinking, what are you saying, boy?
Oh, I know.
Get everybody mad at you.
Well, there's just a few of them.
Well.
Just
anyway,
the Karens.
He didn't. No, he didn't bother anything.
He didn't bother anything, but he did love being able to run free.
And what was really fun is when we came home and we opened the door, and he's like, my yard, my 10 acres.
Yeah.
And then he just took off and ran all over the place. He was smiling and running and so happy not to be tied up.
And that was one of our favorites too, St. Andrews by the Sea, because
Mhm.
we could just walk into this charming little town of St. Andrews, had a great, very busy wharf, a lot of whale watching there and
Mhm.
fishing and lobstering. And it's a charming little community, and we really loved it. We
And-
loved every part of that
In
trip.
fact, I wanted to go back there.
Yeah. Yeah. We could have easily spent another month there just on our own. And I know some of you out there who we were traveling with for the last month are still up in that region of North America, and we envy you for staying longer.
I think what I miss the most is Prince Edward Island, because I found out about a lighthouse and I wanted to go to the Potato Museum, and you said it was too far away. And then our last night we were encouraged and told that it was an awesome place and you really needed to go there. And you had booked us an extra night, and I talked you into canceling that.
Yeah, I wish we
And
had
then
stayed.
once you had booked places going home, you started to go crazy when I said I want
I
to
don't
stay.
like changing. I hate reservations, but you kind of need reservations when you're towing something that big. You really do. So it's good. So let's go right through the list. There's a whole bunch of you with comments. Linda Ward, she was also on the trip with her husband Rich.
And they made it home in one piece. And Linda misses the fellow travelers. And Linda, we miss you all as well. And I was just delighted to get to meet you.
Yep, it was
Rich.
really fun. Sue Demers,
Okay.
Sue was there also with us.
Mm-hmm.
They're still up there in Maine.
Oh, I'm jealous.
She and Dan, yes, look at that.
Heading to Lake George Battleground in New York tomorrow. Miss our group of travelers. It was a fun time. Guys, it really was fun to go with a bunch of people and have a little posse there.
Ron Wojeka.
Jen, Mike and Jen from upstate New York. I hope you made it home safe. Enjoyed your maritime videos.
Yep.
Thank you.
We enjoyed New York, Ron.
A beautiful upstate
New
New
York,
York.
it's just, everybody thinks of the big city, which, we stay out of that.
As
But
much as we
it is
can.
a gorgeous state. It really is. So much there, from the
Mhm.
Finger Lakes and from the Adirondacks. And it's just a beautiful area. So good. Thank you, Ron. Jeff Newman, who lives just up the road from us near Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Did you see the nice blurb about you two in the latest FMCA magazine highlighting your podcast? Still hoping for a Florida meetup cancellation.
Well, hi, Jeff. Thank you. They're camping at Ionia State Recreation Area tonight. Yes, we did. We thank FMCA magazine did it's called Family RV, I think is the name of the magazine. They're actually changing their name. They've gone through some tough times with finances, all these awesome benefits that they offer. The have to raise their dues. We are big supporters of the FMCA, always have been, and we'll pay them because it's just a great organization. And it's an organization that has stayed consistent, over the years. It's now, it's the only one that's kind of a true membership group. All the rest, like Escapees, which used to be, is now owned by Harvest Host, which is a big corporate entity now. And so we like FMCA. It's a little more independent, a little more owner controlled, member controlled, and we think it's a great group. And we thank the magazine for doing such a nice little article on us this week, or this month, the new edition that just came out. And Jeff, our Florida meetup next week, it seems like next week, about a month from right now, a little over a month. We'll be down in Florida. And if there's a cancellation, you are on the backup list, and we'd love to see you guys. James Massey
says, welcome home. No place like home until the next trip. And what's next?
Elkhart, Indiana, RV dealer open house. And then, of course, we're going to be doing some time at Loblolly Ridge, our RV property in Middle Tennessee, and then down to Florida for much of October. October is our favorite month in Florida. It's also our favorite month in Michigan.
I was going to say it's my favorite month in Michigan.
So we're going to be torn between the two, and maybe we'll split the difference and come back after 2 weeks from Florida, and we'll see. But this is a temporary respite is all. Thanks, James. Good to have you with us tonight. Christy RN.
Jen, you sound just like me, always ready for a trip. Yeah, might as well be.
Yeah, you are. 3 days. Jack Partain with his wife Pam, who we hung out around campfires every night for much of the past month.
They just got home to Dalton today. Wherever you're at,
There
there
you
you
are.
are.
We had a lot of fun.
Got to tell everybody about that.
Many of us used Waze for our navigation system, and Waze has a bunch of different voices that you can select and some extra ones you can download. And our friend Jerry Wilson introduced us to a Cajun voice, and we ended up calling him Boudreaux. Well, now he was just identified as Cajun voice, and we had more fun. When you got to your destination, he'd go, "Wherever you're at, or wherever you are, there you're at. You have arrived." And then he'd say, "At the roundabout, hook a left." And he was just very funny. "Whoop, whoop, police ahead, woo, woo," he would say. And I laughed every day.
Every time he said something, Mike burst into laughter.
He was very funny. So
we
if you have never done that with Waze,
missed like one turn because he was kind of slow.
Yeah, he kind of talks like a lot of Cajuns, really slow, and he'd say, "In 1/10 of a mile," and there'd be this long pause, and by that time you're there, hook a right, and then you're in the wrong lane. One time I missed that, but we did get a lot of laughs.
It made your drive enjoyable.
We all had a lot of fun. So if you use Waze, you can find those. Just go to your settings on your app, and you can pick different voices. They have a whole bunch of other ones, so it would be fun.
From
Karen Horton, she was up there with us as well.
And Karen says she and Stan miss not being part of the audience and seeing everybody on the tour. It's just crazy how close together everybody draws when you spend a month together.
Put the final video up yesterday on Prince Edward Island, and we ended it with a really nice long shot of a big campfire we had towards the end of our time. And I remember writing it and saying, and we wrote the thing that, a month ago we were all strangers, pretty much all of us. And we ended up 25 groups, basically 49 people, all friends, really close friends. And I never thought you could develop friendships that quick and that strong in just a few days. And we miss you guys too, Karen. I love that picture of the thing. And then there's a great picture of Chuck, who's sitting next to me, and he gives a great grin. And so I said, we're all planning the next one, and we all are. So thanks, Karen. KK Kayak.
Hi from hot Wisconsin.
Yes.
Well, it's hot here too.
It is hot here. It's 86 degrees right now.
Yeah.
And that's pretty warm for Michigan.
It feels
this time of day.
I think it's humid.
It's very humid. I didn't think it was at first, but it is very humid. Yep.
Chris Mondo Biondo. Hello, RV lifestyle friends. Welcome back to the USA. I'm ready for the meetup in Florida. We're ready to see you too, Chris.
Yep. We can't wait to see you in Florida, Chris, in a little over a month. For our Florida meetup, our fall meetup for the RV Lifestyle Group. Emily Gale, say nice things about Detroit. Mm-hmm. Emily's a friend from our Detroit days.
Well, hello, fellow Detroiters, Mike and Jen from the big island of Hawaii. I am subscribed to the YouTube channel. Time to get back and take a look.
Emily, we need to go RVing on the big island. I am sure we can rent an RV there someplace. And we're going to have to find that. And you can be our guide. I know that I think you sell real estate there. So don't sell us any real estate, no matter what I say, but you can help us figure out what we want to say. Great to see you on there.
Our biggest obstacle is Bo.
Yeah, it is. I don't think Bo had a really good, he did not have a good time.
No, he did not have fun.
He likes to be loose.
He doesn't like it in the RV. And
well,
he's a little bit of a grump.
Yeah.
He wants to run free and chase things.
Steve Egbert says, hey, our YouTube channel is getting up there closer to 200,000. Thank you, Steve. We hope to get there. We set a goal. We'd like to be that high by the end of the year, but sometimes wishes don't come true. But for everybody who does subscribe, we are all excited, and thank you for it. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
Yep. Great to see you. Thomas Romanowski.
Were you able to see any of the Aurora Borealis at the
Aurora Borealis?
Borealis.
Yeah, Northern Lights. No, we did have an app that said they should have been available. The one night we would have seen them, it clouded over late after midnight. And the second night, I didn't get up in time. And but no one in our group, I think no one saw them. So it would have been nice, but we did not see them. We did see them. They were seeing them back here where we are in Southwest Michigan near Kalamazoo. They did see them here.
You are kidding.
No, remember in Mattawan? We saw in the Mattawan
Oh,
Facebook
that's
group,
true.
which is just a little village near us. They saw them, but we didn't see them way up there in the Maritimes. We didn't see them.
We had kind of crazy weather.
Yeah, we did. It was extremely hot up there. And when I say
Humid.
hot up there, it's like 81. That's really hot.
But it
for
was
that.
humid.
It was very humid by the ocean, you know. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So we missed the Northern Ice. Tom McAllister.
Howdy from Tomcat in North Carolina. Glad you guys had a great trip. We did a similar trip 5 years ago. Tours have advantages.
Yeah, I'm still digesting what we thought of the tour. We loved traveling with the other people and getting to know them. And I was very surprised that all of the organization and the details, and we're going to go here, we're going to go there. I was how comfortable that was. And it was really fun. It was really fun to travel with a bunch of like-minded people. I mean, a whole bunch of them like that. We had almost 50 people in the group. So it was great. Cliff Doms.
Your comment about reservations. Do you still use Boondockers or not so much?
No, I don't. We did a lot of boondocking. Now we could, you can see over Jen's head, one of our solar panels on our Montana. But, when it's hot like this, I have 2 air conditioners in that thing and I run them. I run them. We have a washer and dryer and I run it. So I really like being plugged in. And we've been spoiled. And here's really why we're not doing so much boondocking around the country, Cliff, is we bought, if you're a regular, you know that we bought almost 3 years ago now, 5 acres of land in Middle Tennessee that we have turned into kind of a 3-site RV retreat for ourselves and our friends. And for us, we have full hookups there, but it's like boondocking because there's nothing around. It's just quiet and peaceful. And so that scratches that boondocking itch we have. And we tend to get reservations now as we travel much more than we ever did before, primarily because I'm pulling a 35-foot fifth wheel and I'm pulling it in a big 350 Ford F-350 diesel. And so it's not as nimble as we used to be when we were in those little RVs.
Mm-hmm.
And for us right now at this stage in our life, this is what I like. I really like that comfort on it. In fact, before I came out here, I was sitting in there, kicking back in the lounge chair, going through my email. So it was great. It was fun. So now I don't use Boondockers Welcome very much, nor do I use Harvest Host very much anymore. Last few times I've tried Harvest Host, I couldn't get in. They wanted you to call a couple of days in advance. Used to be you could just either stop in or call that afternoon, and I have found them harder. There really were not a lot of them that we could get to on this trip coming or going. So we tend to find some parks, and we found a couple of awesome parks. We found a great KOA in Erie, Pennsylvania. We found an awesome park in Massachusetts, in Sturbridge, Massachusetts, that we liked. Found a great one in upstate New York on the Erie Canal. And these are places that we never really quite experienced when we were doing the boondocking thing. And we're having a good time. And that's the thing about the RV lifestyle. You kind of evolve. You go through different phases, different stages. And for us right now, traveling with what in essence is a condo on wheels in our Montana, it's a pretty happy stage. All right, what else we got? Kevin Nelson.
May have missed it, but doing Hershey this year?
No.
Question?
No, and I guess we should tell you why. It's because the only reason we would go to Hershey would be to meet all of you guys that are there, because it has become so big, and now there are so many so-called YouTubers there who, hundreds of them, that it's almost impossible to do as we used to do, go in and do reviews and interviews on all the new RVs that are out there. They have one day really that's industry day, and with everybody who claims they have a cell phone and as a YouTuber are allowed in on that, it takes us about 15 minutes if we really hurry to do a review. And we end up waiting for these people who have 20 people in their channel. And it's just very frustrating to be able to work. So and then when the show opens to the public, it's impossible
Yeah, you
because the
can't do
public's
it.
in there. We can't go in and take
No.
15 minutes out. So, and we're not all, many of the other larger YouTube channels have quit going also because it's just too hard to get to work. So what we go to instead, and it's a week later, is RV dealer open house in Elkhart. And they probably will change the name of it. It's not open to the public, but it is open to the industry. And it's where the manufacturers show off their latest adventures and all that stuff. And that we found we can really go through the whole town of Elkhart, right at their factories, see things so much better, talk to the people who make them right there, not salespeople who are selling them, but the people who make them. And it's just much more productive for us to go to that than Hershey.
And something that I personally don't like is that now they want you to book a time to see an RV.
Oh yeah,
and
at Hershey.
that really gets hard because here and there, and you see
You don't
something
know.
you like
You
along
don't know
the
what
ways.
you're going to see.
You don't know what. It never used to be like that. You just went and you could do it. So that booking a time and everybody and their brother who owns a cell phone
says they're a YouTuber. And,
Yeah.
And that's fine. You know, that's great.
Yeah.
You know, I don't mean to criticize all that. I'm just saying it was a lot easier when there weren't so many of us out
easier
there.
when you could just flow with it and
Yeah.
enjoy it and book things.
And the other thing is, I think it's overexposed now. There's so many people who are Hershey. Here's what they had at Hershey, and you know, so we're not really creating anything unique, and we just think we can better spend our time elsewhere. So we're not going.
The only thing that makes us want to go
Is
is
guys.
meeting you guys.
Yeah. That's what we miss. We do miss that.
What we like. But
Yeah.
since we just did that long drive,
Yeah, I mean, we weren't too far from Hershey. So no, we're not going to Hershey. But we are going to the Elkhart dealer open house for a week. Emily Gale said she'd love to do some RVing. Well, see if they got anything I can rent over there, Emily. We'll be in touch.
what are we going to do with our Bobo?
Oh, I don't know. Elizabeth Santoro, she was one of our guests, or one of our fellow travelers, rather, at our Maritimes tour.
And Elizabeth says, greetings from Newport, Rhode Island. Zuko and I are headed home to Connecticut tomorrow after 34 days on the road.
That's a long haul out there. And Zuko is Elizabeth's pet, and her sweet dog. And Elizabeth, be safe. Kathy Lane's on.
We are traveling in our van. I would like to know if you ever taken a ferry with your RV. Yep, we have. We are facing a ferry ride on Lake Champlain from New York to Vermont.
Yes, we have taken our RV on numerous ferries.
All the way across Lake Michigan.
We've done that a couple of times, and we've also took a ferry to Bois Blanc Island in Lake Huron, and it's fun. It's fun doing that.
No problem.
Except mosquitoes when we got there.
And we were told when we went across Lake Michigan to leave our pet
in the
dog,
RV.
In the RV. And one person that we saw that had their dog in a crate outside, the dog was really stressed.
Yeah, they said just leave your dog in the RV. They do fine. It's about a 5-6 hour trip.
Yeah, it was a long trip.
We took one coming back from Wisconsin to Michigan. We took one Michigan going to Wisconsin, and it's been fun. There's a great ferry in Ludington, Michigan, the SS Badger, and it's worth trying if you're looking for a fun trip.
And the little ferry trip we took, the little puddle jumper.
Puddle jumper in Lake Huron?
Yeah, they made
fun.
some noise and Bo barked ferociously.
Yeah. Well, Bo likes to bark.
He does. He was born to bark.
KK Kayak?
A comment. So glad you made it across the border with Bo, and it wasn't a big hassle, but sorry to hear he had to get more rabies shots.
Your government at work, KK Kayak.
Us too.
CDC.
He didn't need another
no, he did
3-year
not need
shot.
He had a 3-year shot in January, and those fools at the CDC made him do another one in May, June, when we had him. And they're just despicable people.
Question from email. Requirements for pets going to Canada, and are there any special requirements for a 45-foot motorhome?
No,
I didn't think there was any problem with taking pets into Canada. It was just bringing them back to the States.
You should always travel with your pet's papers, because they will ask. Sometimes they want proof of rabies and that they're healthy and stuff. Frankly, in dozens and dozens of times over 12 years, we've never been asked in the Canada end. And they've all seen Bo. Many of them have talked about Bo. Well, what kind of dog is he? Oh, he's a good guy.
Look at that deer. Got
Oh,
a deer as our audience.
Oh yeah, we had a deer. That's a little buck. I woke up the other morning, we had 3 bucks in our yard, a doe and 2 fawns up there. They all ran crazy while gone. So anyway, no problems with pets going in, but just have your papers. 45-foot motorhome, no, you'll get in. But as you know, in something that big, you will sometimes have problems finding places to stay. That is a huge motorhome. In Canada, we had a big Class A, a couple of larger Class C or larger fifth wheels than ours, and we found everybody had spots. We weren't sure what to expect in Canadian campgrounds. They were all great. And they all did not have 50 amps. And that's why having something like soft start up, so you can run two air conditioners at the same time, or is a good thing to have. But we worked fine with 30 amps. We ran just one air conditioner, and that was always good.
Yeah, I was kind of concerned about just having 30 amps, but
Not
when we ran the washer dryer, we didn't have any air conditioning.
We just turned it off while we ran it.
Go do something.
Yeah,
sit outside or something. But one air conditioning unit with our rig was adequate.
I can't believe it. I'm sitting there talking about something that big, and an air conditioner, 2 air conditioners, and a washer dryer. If I could play this back to me from maybe 10 years
12
ago,
years ago,
I would never have guessed that I'd be in a fifth wheel. But here we are, and loving it, and really enjoying it. So, Cheryl Renee.
You both have so much energy. Do you take vitamins? I usually forget. I know I need to take them.
I go off and on them. The problem with vitamins is if you take them regularly, you feel really good.
And then you forget.
To take them, and it takes a while then for you to feel not quite so much energetic. And I don't even know if we brought them with us in Canada, but we got to start taking them.
I had them. They sat in the cupboard.
Did they?
Yeah. Then I put them on the counter by your coffee pot.
Yeah, that's where they went. I take them.
We should be taking vitamins.
Yep.
Yeah, but we're really bad. I believe in naps.
She says she knows about our 3:30 rule. Do we have a rule about how much downtime you take between trips?
No.
No, we probably should. Here we are, 3 days, and really, when I went in there a little while ago,
it makes you want to go.
It makes you want to go someplace again. And we had such a great time on that fantasy RV tour that I'm ready to go.
Had a very serious conversation. We both were ready to go.
Yeah.
To Hershey. Yesterday, and the day
we've gone back and
before,
forth for 2 days. Are we going to go to Hershey or not?
Really wanting to go, and I said, we have to make a sheet, the cost and the benefits.
But the reason we wanted to go was to see you guys. It's in terms of content, we really can't create anything any more unique than anybody else. It's just kind of our style, and it's harder and harder to do good reviews. So
I think what really turned me off is we wanted to look at something. Oh, well, somebody else has an appointment.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, we're here. They're not here.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do it.
That's just the way it goes. He says,
Just
Mike Woods.
Were there any breakdowns in your group along the way?
Yeah. Let's see. What did Ken? Ken was our wagon master. Ken and Holly, his wife, were wagon masters, and our tail gunners, Tim and Sherry, broke a leaf spring and their rig. They have a huge fifth wheel, and they were able to. Tim got on the phone. This was up in Lunenburg, Nova Scotia, and he found somebody. He said, "Yeah, bring it over. We'll look at it." He hooked it up and brought it over to somebody 8-10 miles away, I guess, and yeah, put her over there. And they came right out with a welder and fixed it for him.
Vicky,
right there in an hour. Vicky and Rich had the same thing. They broke a leaf spring. That was in Lunenburg. Tim's was in someplace else. But we had two big fifth wheels broke leaf springs. Go figure. And then Stan had a slide that didn't work.
And he had to live with it.
Yeah, they just lived with it. Somebody else had a flat tire, and they got that fixed real easily. And that was about it, I think. I don't remember anything else serious. Nothing. And but help was very easy to get. We were surprised. I was surprised, I guess. I thought it would be a little more remote. And while these were smaller towns, I think the biggest town was Halifax, which is 100,000 or so maybe. While you know, they were all, there was all the conveniences of home were there, from Walmart to great supermarkets. You found a great supermarket chain. Overall, we thought the food was much better in Canada. They don't have all of the artificial ingredients. They don't have it chock full of sugar and salt like the food industry
And now
does
they're
here.
putting artificial sweetener in your food, guys.
Yeah, you know, just read all the stuff about what we do, and just go overseas or out of the country or to Canada and eat the food there. From the bread to the meat, everything is so much better because it's cleaner. And I know people go, "Oh, that's not true." It is true, and we were very curious about McDonald's, because McDonald's had the golden arches, then they had a little Canada flag on the logo.
Right in the middle of the golden arches.
And I bet their meat is different than what you get
I said
in
to
the
Mike,
US.
I bet they're doing something different.
Yeah, we'll have to research. Maybe
Yeah.
somebody out there knows.
Maybe somebody out there knows that. But I said to Mike, they got to be doing something different.
Inca Schultz.
Question. Was your motive to get a washer and dryer because Canadian campgrounds lack laundry?
No, we don't. It wasn't the lack of laundry. Yeah, you answer that one.
Okay. The real reason we got a washer dryer, I think, was for Linden.
For our property in Tennessee.
Linden, Tennessee. It is very hard to get a laundromat that you want to do your clothes in the area where we are. And
That's
it's a
her
bit of a
nice way
drive.
of saying that there's 2 laundromats that are filthy nearby in Linden. And
Oh, the one in Linden.
the one in Linden
just a
was, oh my
disgrace.
gosh, I couldn't believe it was open. But anyway, that was the big reason, so we could have it there. But also, what's the problem with laundromats at the campgrounds? Everybody else is trying to use them too. So, you know, it becomes an all-day job.
Yeah, it you know, everybody gets there, and when there's a whole bunch of you, 26 rigs, it's 26 rigs that need to do laundry, or at least 20,
Yeah.
because some people do have their washer dryer or separate units to do their laundry. So it gets a little bit of a lineup, and I keep telling everybody what pushed me over the edge for the washer dryer combo was the person at the Montana rally who told me all it takes is sand in your washer and bubble gum in the dryer.
Which you find in
And
laundromats.
I have had bubble gum in the dryer. And I'm like, yeah, I don't like bubble gum in the dryer.
So no, it's strictly a convenience, but mostly because of our property in Tennessee that we can now stay there indefinitely. And that's one of the things nice
could
about
just
having RV
move
property.
right in.
Well, it could be, and we tend to leave our RV there too for longer periods of time because it's right between Florida and Michigan, where we spend a lot of time in the winter and the late fall. So,
And we have a son and his family in Nashville.
and we're an hour and a half from Nashville, so it's great. So we're all good to go. Sarah Robert.
One thing that has baffled me is how you did the tour, and when were you able to do filming and do it so well?
Thank you for
Did you
being baffled
struggle
by
with
that.
this? Thank you for saying that, because
Yes.
all the other kids went to bed and we were still up working.
We were. And I guess that's because, my journalism background always taught me, deadlines, and, Saturday is
There's
our
another
normal
deer.
day.
It must be
Oh,
time
yeah,
for them
she's-
to look
oh no,
for
there's
their,
a whole bunch of them coming.
oh, there's 1, 2.
They're all looking at us. This deer probably, I can't show you on the camera. Let's see what they do.
Oh, Bo's going to
They
chase
hear
them
us
in a
talking.
minute.
And Bo will hear them.
See, they
Oh, she's
owned
got
the
the fawn.
property for
There's
about
a fawn.
5 weeks.
There's a fawn and her.
You know,
and her-
We were gone almost 6 weeks.
look how big the fawn has gotten. while we're
Yeah.
gone. She's almost lost her spot.
Somebody asked.
I wish I could show you this.
Somebody asked if they could hunt on our land, and I think last year we told somebody they could. Well,
Not this
since
year.
then
Oh,
they've all become
oh my gosh, they're
our
pretty.
pets. I mean,
They're like.
they stand there and look at us. And
Where's
Bo,
Bo?
on-
Bo's got his
Bo's right
back
there.
to him right
Bo
here.
doesn't see if they're walking all over his yard. He would
Oh.
have a hissy if he knew there were 2
I'm
fawns.
gonna
in
see
it.
if it'll work.
Don't make Bo get up.
I'll just see if the
Everybody's
camera
seen
will
deer
work.
before.
I know, but they're so pretty and everybody likes it. Can you see them?
One's behind, just went behind a tree from my vision.
Um,
You guys are
there's
just
one
fawns.
right there's
You're just
one.
kids. Where's your
There's 2 of
mom?
them.
Your mom's got to
I
tell you
can't
to.
wish I could zoom in, but I can't even see 'em. I'm looking on the camera, and maybe you can see them a little bit. They're both
Here
in
comes
there.
mom.
Okay, there's a third one coming over that way.
That's mom.
Uh,
Yeah,
these
mom's going to
guys are
tell you to
right-
get out of here.
right.
There's a barking machine that lives here.
I'm trying to get them. Where are they?
We might just be showing people trees and grass.
I probably am. I'm not. They're right in
Are
front
you
of us.
guys
They're
going
just
to come
staring
over
at us.
to us?
Look at, they're walking right to us. Yeah.
Oh boy, I'm going to get Bo up.
Yeah, I think you can see them.
Bo
That's
is
them
Bo
right,
is now up.
right there.
bow is up.
Oh, I
I
think they
shouldn't have
said,
done that noise.
oh gosh.
Oh boy, it's going to break loose any minute. Okay.
Yeah, let's just kind of
Yeah.
forget about them.
Yeah,
and,
let's just
see if we can
continue
get- well, They're
talking.
just staring at us. Maybe that's our audience now, huh?
Yeah, that's our live audience.
Yeah, that's our
Oh,
live.
and there's Mom. Mom's looking at us too.
Those are both. One is a yearling and one is a little fawn, and they're pretty darn cute. Anyway, I forgot what the
Sorry.
question was. we got carried. Mom, oh, they're sitting there staring at us.
Yeah.
Uh,
You can tell it doesn't take much to amuse us.
Matthew Blau, did you ever track down custom cruiser? No.
Who's their custom cruiser? No, we haven't taken time to seek them out.
They're not.
They were working for free.
Yeah, they were basically, these guys weren't making it. There they go. They're running now. Bo doesn't see him. He's
Yet.
yeah.
You're going to hear a ruckus.
Jim
from Bo.
Funkhauser.
We arrived home today. Really enjoyed our marathon trip. Now back to 95-degree temperature.
Uh-oh, Bo just saw him.
Bo just saw him. There he goes.
Oh,
Run, dear, run. They're running.
He's not barking. Bo's
No,
getting-
that's because he's a
there he
hunter.
goes.
Our two males,
Bo back.
our two male elk hounds. Don't
Tony and
don't bark.
Sons.
I noticed the fantasy RV is very expensive. Your trip seemed amazing, but is it worth it to spend that amount of money?
Well, I guess the best answer to that is almost everybody that went on that trip spent it and was very glad to have done so. And most have either already booked other trips or are waiting for us to announce if we're going to do another one. So yeah, but Tony, you get what you pay for, but it's kind of like an all-exclusive thing you do, like on a cruise. You bring your own RV, but they take care of all the details, all the bus trips, all the tours. They feed you
A few
probably a
meals.
third of your meals are provided or so. And it's just hassle-free. You have somebody that's giving you precise directions, somebody that's going behind you in case there's a problem.
Somebody's got your back.
But yes, they are expensive, and they're, if money is an issue, you could save a lot of money. You could do it yourself,
Yes.
but you'd miss going with, 49 other people who become your best friends.
Could get a couple of friends and you could plan a
But
trip.
but there's no. It is expensive.
Yeah.
It is expensive, and most of us talked about that. We all said, it's a lot of money, and they make it so you can make payments over the year. Most of us made payments, monthly payments, so it wasn't a huge hit. But there's still cost. Fuel was expensive up there.
Yes.
Gasoline was about $5 a gallon. Diesel was pushing $6 on Prince Edward Island. So it's how you want to spend your money. And all I can say is that there's a whole lot of people who think that's a good way to spend it. So
And some people, anniversaries,
Oh, yeah.
birthdays, special occasions.
we celebrated our anniversary up there.
Yeah.
And it was a very special trip for us for that way.
Mhm.
Ted L.
I have a Leisure Unity travel van. I use a deluxe surge protector on the tree, but Leisure and some techs said not to, since Leisure has a built-in protector. You don't want to.
Could affect the battery. Well, I would go with what Leisure tells you.
Yeah.
I don't see how that would happen, but if that's what Leisure says, go ahead. I was never very impressed with their built-in surge protector, mainly because you never saw it. I like the kind that you plug into the pedestal and you see if it's wired wrong. I've had it. In fact, I always use both on my Leisures, and I remember one of them in particular at Groveland Oaks in Oakland County, Michigan. I plugged in the surge protector and it showed me that there was no ground. And then I went to another one. It showed me it was wired backwards. And I don't know what Leisure would have done if I had plugged that in, but the surge protector immediately showed me that there was a problem before I even had to plug in the cord. So if you didn't have that electronic battery management system, the BMS is, the surge protector stuff, if you just plugged in your cord and relied on the one that's in the RV, you'd have no idea whether there was something wrong or what was wrong. If you plug that in first, it tells you what the condition of the circuit is, and then you can plug your cord in with some confidence. So I hope that makes sense. But if leisure says don't do it, then don't do it.
I gotta say, leisure travel vans were all over the place in Canada.
Oh my
Never seen
goodness.
so many leisure travel vans. Here,
We
there,
saw-
and everywhere.
We had 7 of them on this trip of, there were 26 in our group.
26.
And actually we had 25 because they don't have a number 13.
Oh, I keep forgetting about
They don't have a
that.
number 13. Nobody wanted to be
True.
that RV 13. So 25, and 7 of them were leisure travel vans. And everywhere we went, we saw leisure travel vans.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I thought, well, we'll see a lot of road techs and pleasureways, which are 2 other Canadian RV makers, van makers. We saw several road treks, but they were all older ones, pre-2014, 2015. Many on the old Chevrolet, the old Chevy chassis that they used to use.
Can't kill that one.
You can't kill those things are indestructible. I saw one new road trek chase up there, and then I think we saw a couple of old pleasureways. I don't recall seeing one new pleasureway. So leisure certainly was very prevalent everywhere else we went in Canada, though. We saw them all the time.
I expected to see more pleasureways.
Yeah, I did too. I expect to see more road treks, actually, but not new ones. There were no new ones, just the old ones. So there you go, Ted. I hope that helps. But
Looks
okay.
like it's quitting time.
Oh my gosh, how fast this went. Amazon, RV lifestyle, all those things I talk about, surge protectors. You know, I've got a bunch of other stuff that we used on this trip that I'm going to do a video on to show you. A lot of people ask about them. I said, well, I'll just do a video. That means people are interested in them. But our Amazon page that you saw up there, that's where you can go and find out lots of other stuff. Quick shout out about all of our books. We have spent much of the summer updating and bringing new information out on all of our ebooks. If you have bought one of our ebooks in the past, you've already received an email saying, hey, you know, there's a new version for you to download. If you're planning your your fall trips and your winter trips and your spring trips, we can save you so much time and effort. Just go look at the books that we have. We've got different bundles that you can do to save money, and our books, you know, there's no middleman. It's just us and you. And so our prices are way low compared to what you'd pay for most ebooks. So there you go. Podcast coming up this week. We're going to talk on the podcast about why you should not rely entirely on RV park reviews. You can use them, but we're going to tell you about some big flaws in RV park reviews, because a lot of people just, well, I'm not going to go to that one because one person had a problem. We'll talk about that in the podcast, and I think that'll be fun. And so that's coming out Wednesday on the RV Lifestyle RV podcast. So I think we are pretty much done. I'm going to take a quick look is the book on the Natchez Trace updated? Well, that's pretty new, so I don't think we've had to do that. Have you, Richard Rayburn, have you checked RV campgrounds in Florida that may have been damaged? Nothing really this year. Everybody's good. I think there was one that had some problems, but nothing. They haven't had any problems yet. But hurricane season is still very much on. So that won't end until probably the end of October. So fingers crossed for Florida this year. It was supposed to have been a bad year, but it's been pretty good so far. All right.
I think I better get our dog a drink. His tongue's
He's been chasing deer. Yeah.
Yeah, about 6 inches.
Poor deer probably say, what happened? You know, what's he got there? Oh,
I don't know. Best
I
we
saw a
not
bunch
know.
of turtles hatched too. He was chasing little turtles.
Whatever it is, Bo, leave it.
Yeah. All right. We better go check on Bo. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you on, we'll be doing some live stuff on our community. I haven't told you about the community. If you guys are fed up with Facebook and all the nastiness, go over to our community. We have, I think, the best, most friendly, and helpful RV online forums anywhere. Community.rvlifestyle.com.
Is this where I say there's no such thing as a dumb question?
That's right. That's what you say. Did you hear? And if you have a question that somebody thinks dumb on Facebook, that's all you hear is just snide stuff. And our people, we understand we all have questions, and we're there to help. And many people are making great friends. Get over there, join it, and enjoy the company. Okay, I could go on and on.
Yep.
we miss all you people we were with the last month or so. And we look forward to seeing everybody again next week on Ask Us Anything. Thank you for watching.
Happy trails.